smacking your lips.
Hey guys, I'm here. Yep, ready to smack these lips again this morning. Well, this afternoon, anyway. Anyway. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, I'm waiting for people to come on in. Come on in. Let's get in and have a seat and see what we're going to talk about today. I know I had messed up that one. Waiting for some more people to come on in here. I'm just waiting for some more to come in. My normal early crowd didn't make it in just yet. But come on, if you're in the bushes, if you came in and in the bushes, come on out and say hello. Don't stay back up in there in those bushes and wait. I decided to put the food up today, put some good food up. So y'all come on, get a plate and relax, let's chat. Hey Alexis, yeah, Wayne still cares for Tamara. You have been preaching that forever. You do. If nobody else has been preaching that, Alexis, you have been preaching that. You've been saying that Wayne and Tamara are gonna get back together. I keep saying no, they're not. No, they're not. And you keep saying yes, they are. See, we got some more people. Come on out them bushes, y'all. Get your plate. Good morning, artists. Y'all get a plate now. Come on. And get in here and eat this good old brunch. I don't know how to do that. I messed up now for real over there. Let me close it out. Okay, I'm back in there now. Sorry. All right. Hey artist. Hey Juanita, how you doing today? Yeah, artist. I was trying to entice y'all to come on in with the food today. So it's like, well, let me put some food out here today. I got some fruit, but maybe y'all might not be in the mood for fruit this afternoon. So I put some real fruit out there for you. And Carlotta said, Wayne is so fake and phony. Where is Dave and Amber? Where the real love resides? I don't know. Hey, Antoinette, how you doing? Good morning. Hey, Diamond, good morning. Welcome in, everybody. But yeah, Wayne is fake. Well, like I said, Alexis has been preaching this that Wayne and Tamara that they were going to be back together. So I don't know if it's ever going to actually happen, but he has said that he loves her. But Wayne confuses me because really why they broke up, the reason that he put on the surface really wasn't the reason that he broke up with that girl. I said, when is going, where he going on that? Oh God, it's like we need Wayne to go in there. It's bad. Like it's almost like he's our husband. And it's like, when is your next business trip so I can be away from you? Hey Deborah, it's like we all worrying about Wayne, please go on to so we can have some peace. We need peace in our lives. Yeah, that's sad though. It's like everybody waiting for Wayne to go on tour. I don't know if he got another tour coming, but hey Magnolia. But if he don't, he needs to schedule one right quick because they must all be in the southeast. He don't have no dates coming up in the on the other side of the country because he does need to go on the road for a little while. That's what he told Tamara, like when he broke up with her, that he was gonna be back out on the road. Going to be back out on the road, and he ain't back out there yet. I can't get him right. Magnolia, Juanita said you ain't never really, you never really know when he's serious. That is the truth. You don't ever really know when he's serious. Yes, Magnolia said, yes, I'm sick of Wayne too. I know. That's us like he's our it's like he's our husband and we all trying to get rid of him, that the husband that stays away from the house as much as he's at the house, and you like, when are you leaving again? I need some peace. So Wayne, where's your accountability for all the stuff you do to people? He doesn't. There's no accountability in those skits for him. Hey Denise, how you doing? Welcome in. Good afternoon. Oh, internet said he's supposed to go back on the road in September. Okay, well, how he gonna be on the road and launch the podcast when he's supposed to be asking questions and telling stories and stuff? Carla says Wayne is a D-list celebrity. I don't care if he's a W at listen. Just get off the sketch for a little while so we can have some peace and have some continuity in our skits. That's all we want. We want them to make sense. And Deborah said Wayne's outfit is awful. Wayne almost reminded me in that outfit. He reminded me of Jordan with the way he got that hat. That's how Jordan wears his hat. Juanita said, can't come soon enough. And Carla says, Wayne needs a stylist. Yeah, because lately he's been looking like he's been trying to dress younger than he is, which I don't know. I mean, some of those clothes, those are designer clothes or whatever, but it's kind of like too young for him. And then they're baggy, so they're making him look smaller, or a little skinnier. And Magnolia said he drags everything. The Dalton divorce, Iman and Delicia's situation, and then yeah, everything is dragging. It's like when if he's not there, because he keeps putting. Well, it's because he's throwing in, especially the last 2 weeks, all of the podcast stuff. He's throwing that in every place he can. So it's like nothing else can happen. I'm like, I'm hoping that at least when we get Dan to come back on the scene, Dan has been, hiding in the bushes, paying attention to everything that goes on. That he's been following Lauren, he's been following all of them because they don't know what kind of car he's in. They don't know anything about his situation. So I'm hoping that's what Dan is doing, and Dan's gonna take them all by surprise when he come in, because he seems like he's one of them that gonna kind of people. Hey Abby, hello. Thanks for stopping in. And Abby says, come in and show some, oh, come in. Hey, Miss B, come in to show some love and like your live. You know, I ain't watching none of this. I can't stand Pity Pot and her sugar daddy. Okay, Abby, we have other people we could talk about, like Brooke with her, her mouth, or y'all girl Shayla. Hey Nature, how you doing? Welcome in. Y'all girl Shayla was on 10 yesterday. She was trying her thing. Magnolia said Wayne is dressed like Freddy Krueger yesterday, and today he's looking like JJ Evans' grandson. It's the truth. That's why I say he looks like Jordan, because Jordan looked like JJ Evans and the hat. So I'm like, Wayne, who told you to put that hat on like that? Are you paying homage to somebody? There must be something with Jimmy Walker today or something. Maybe it's his birthday or something. Because that look is crazy. I was like, what you doing with that hat on? And Nature said Wayne is trying to spin the block with Tamara. Tamara, this will set up a triangle between Wayne, Tamara, and Lauren, especially prior to the podcast. They already got a triangle going on as it is. Even though he hasn't outwardly said that he's trying to spin the block or whatever. Yeah, there's a triangle between the three of them. That's why Lauren don't like Tamara. She won't come straight for Tamara. She gonna try to go through Shayla to get to go through Shayla first, because Shayla will keep taking up for Tamara. But yeah, they already got the triangle, and Lauren knows that Tamara is like welcome in his house and everything. It's like, girl, hey Angela, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And Carla says he's his writing is terrible. He needs to take some tips from Chase, D, Roan. At least they do have closures. Yeah. Or their storylines keep moving to a logical place. Like Roan hasn't really fully, him and Piari playing this little tit tat game where they see each other and then they don't. But at least it kind of like moving. One side of it is moving logically. Somebody need to get to Damon and get his together, because I'm about so tired. Damon be spinning the block way too much. He spinning them blocks and them girls have him tied up. Hey RD, say good morning. Oh, thank you. With my food, trying to entice y'all to go and get you a plate now, y'all. With this is brunch. Angela speaking to Juanita and Antoinette. Nature says Wayne wants Tamara to tell her story. Well, she might also include Jake Joseph and his point of view. There are women with strong father figures who also help shape and influence a good path in male relationships. And that is true. And although, everybody's like, oh, Mr. Joseph, he shouldn't have, he shouldn't have said nothing to Wayne, and he shouldn't have came at Wayne. Have y'all been watching Mike's storyline? And he got Pastor Chris back, and Pastor Chris has this other, well, he's a bishop now, and he has this other bishop friend. And when Mike knew the daughter some years back, she was in the skits, and they have befriended each other. And Mike was trying to get at this woman, and she's abstinent, and she is also, she takes her father is her protector. She said he's her perfecter, her protector. He watches over him. He covers her because she doesn't have a husband right now. So her covering is her father. And she takes his direction and his advice. And basically, Mike tried to sleep with her. She told her father, and he went and checked Mike. They didn't let him do it in person, but he did it on the phone. We didn't hear it. But he checked Mike. So we could have that man check Mike, the man of God check Mike, and we could have Mr. Joseph check Wayne. Same thing, because he checked Wayne about his daughter, just like Mike is like that. People would say, I'm sure I didn't read all the comments, that she didn't have no business at Mike's house and all that stuff. But that woman said, yeah, I tell my father everything. We have another strong male figure out there that's protecting his daughter, which is a good thing. And we need to have Mike as a strong male figure protecting his daughter, because his daughter needs help. She needs to be protected. His Blake has been lost for a very long time. Okay, so I read that one already. That's what I was talking about with strong male figures. Angela's speaking, yeah. These folks. Nature says with Wayne, it's primarily about relationships and getting in the middle. Nature says, I would have loved to see Dan. Love to see Dan to have walked up on them on Wayne's porch yesterday. That would have been hilarious. It's probably coming real soon. It is probably coming real soon. I'm sorry because I'm getting this crazy message. It's just a strange message that's coming up on my phone. Oh, okay. That's my grandson playing with his father on his father's phone. I'm trying to figure. I was like, what is all that stuff? Hey, yeah, that would have been a good scene yesterday if Dan would have came. I'm hoping we still going to get like a really big ta-da with Dan, a pop out with Dan. I'm hoping that is it anyway. I could believe that he is like following Lauren and them around and figure, so that he can see exactly what's going on, because like he does, he knows where Delicia lives. And then all of a sudden today, Delicia probably went from her house to Wayne's house. So if he's following Delicia, oh, now he knows where Wayne lives at. And that's where Lauren is. Magnolia said, hey, triplet. She's like, I'm watching Ron and Sade, Genesis, Darren, and Keisha waiting for Melissa and J Mo to pop back up. Yeah, I don't know why they like put them out there and take. I can't get Genesis. I saw one or two of her skits, but I cannot get Genesis at all. Ron and Sade, I be trying to watch them, but Sade gonna be going like back and forth to me. One minute she's wants grown and she's all in it, and then the next minute it's like she's hiding something. So, because that therapy session was like the lady telling them they got to be more open, but Sade doesn't really want to be open, and it's like, come on, girl, if you want that man, you're gonna have to do what you got to do to get him. Hey Betty, Bet Bush, how you doing? Oh, Colin, talking about Shayla Iman is over you. The word delusional has Shayla's name next to it. No, well, my opinion is, oh, okay, nature, right here. This probably my opinion, and I haven't even read the whole thing. All I saw was nature can't. I mean, Shayla can't be underestimated. She is clearly sending a warning sign. I do wonder if she knows about the courtside appearance. I don't know, but Shayla cannot be underestimated because Shayla. Y'all saw how Iman was looking at Shayla. He was missing it. He was definitely missing it. And had Delicia not showed up over there, I wouldn't have been surprised if we would have seen a skit with Iman being at Shayla house that evening. Because he was sure enough, he was buying what she was putting down, believe me. And then he was shocked when he seen Delicia. But to me, that's all Delicia's fault. She should have left that man alone a long time ago because clearly you really don't want to be with him. You still want your money, but you come up over there like trying to approach them like, oh well, what you doing, my man? It's like, no, he's not your man because you won't claim him. You have not claimed him yet, and Shayla gonna keep claiming him. Shayla said she ain't said that was her man. She said this is how we always are. She ain't trying to claim him right now, but she knows she can try him. And if he falls, he falls. But that's on Iman. But he was falling for it yesterday. I was like, okay, Iman. And I knew old sneaky Lauren had went and called. Delicia had told her, get over here now. And Angela says the podcast have triangle, rectangle, circle, square, everything. Down the door, it's like it's just too much. It is all kind of shapes and sizes. Some octagons, and they don't even have 8 people, and they still got enough octagons. They got all kind of stuff up in there. Abby says, hey, Angela, hey, Triplet, everyone else. Y'all have a good day. Miss B, I hardly watch anything. Can't stand anyone. Can't stand Shayla, Pity Pot, Mike, Ralphie, Sade. I've been watching Bethany. Oh, I've never watched Bethany Won't Start Now. Yeah. If you've never watched Bethany, it will test you. It will test you now. Because Bethany is getting wilder. She's getting worse. So simply, you just keep coming into the skits and just saying hey to come in the live, say hey to everybody. Thank you for at least stopping by and chatting, putting in some chats and a like and everything. But I don't know. There's nothing else. You don't like Terry and Libby? They good for crazy. Those two are definitely good for crazy because Terry likes crazy women. He got all those women are crazy, if you ask me. And what's the name? Who was that? Rico and Lo getting ready to have a little spat over Brittany. Hey Keisha, how you doing? She's saying hi to everybody. Magnolia says I'm watching the Destiny and Chicago's kid, but not the rest of the week. Well, yeah. As I was like when Duchess said what I was like yesterday, I was like, uh Destiny, you are not in Atlanta anymore. They had you over there with that soft life. That soft life is over for you, girl. You got to get out there and work. You in Chicago, you can't not expect not to work. Like Brooke don't go to work no place, and she can talk junk to her mama and daddy at the same time. But you don't have the luxury of that soft life. Dalen needs to go to the clinic, Carla. Yeah, he needs to go someplace. Dalen, he's just a fool. He's a fool. I watched a skit yesterday, an older one with Dalen and Anthony, and you know how him and Anthony were really good friends. Um, and he was giving Anthony sound advice. He was really doing well. He was giving Anthony very sound advice, but because this was after Anthony got shot, got caught with Shayla, and he was where every place but his house. And Anthony was upset because he saw Victor at the house, and he telling Dana she got a man over at the house, and to me he looked like he's Spanish or something, and then he started trying to put the pieces together, and Damon tell me what you think she went over there. She went to Spain and got met somebody and brought him back and put him in the house. But he was asking her, what do you expect Amber to do? It's like you've been gone. You don't live at the house no more. You with this other woman. What do you expect her to do? And stuff like that. And I was like, he was giving Anthony good sound advice, better than what Wayne gives him, but they split that friendship up because Dalen had some sense, but in his own life, Dalen don't have no sense. It's like that. They keep getting him involved in some more craziness. Dalen, just give us regular skits for you. Oh, Angela said the little girls, they're Hope and Faith and whoever they are, this new little girl over there, yeah, they all disrespectful. And Angela says all Shayla have to offer is her yes, ma'am. Well, it is, but that's what they got her offering. And what's the name? Is going to Imam was in his eyes, he was saying yes, ma'am, yesterday. Abby says, I don't in my opinion, I don't care who I dislike more than Drunken P or Sade. But yesterday I figured I can't stand Sade more. I don't watch Drunken P with Shayla. I only watch her when she's with Rome. Where's Dave? Man, they doing the Dave starvation. They're starving everybody from Dave. They don't want Dave on them screens because he's getting a whole lot of probably getting a whole lot of views. I don't even like PRE with Ron anymore because she let Shayla mess her up with Ron, so I didn't even like that. And Magnolia, you said you don't watch Mike's skits. I've started to watch Mike's skits with Dominique and her mother. Because those are two treacherous women. They are two treacherous women. And Dominique get it all from her mother. And they done brought Nina back, Scammer Nina. They got her back in the skits and they getting ready to use her against Mike. Angela says, without that, yes, ma'am, what does Shayla have? Nothing that I know of. They didn't give her anything. Somebody should have given her something, but she don't have it. Nature says Piarian role are the lovers and the stars that's supposed to meet, but factors kept rising to keep them apart. It's a lot of pride, high expectations, and not letting go. Piari got to let go of Anne. Well, yeah, she does, but I don't know if her and Ron would get back together. Because Ron, he's not Anthony. He treated her very well. She let Shayla's little tactics mess her up. Had she not done some of those things over there, popping up at the man house and all that stuff, she might have got him back. But she was listening to Shayla. Magnolia says, Trip it, it's more Rome than Sade for me. I'll watch him. Oh. Yeah, but I think most people do like Rome, his character. It's like, where's Dave indeed? He's in the witness protection program. They're protecting him. They just says, I have a few skits. I mainly watch his grandparents and the conversations with them or Blake. Oh, for Mike. Yeah. I had to go back to Mike because sometimes especially the other day, although I watched all of the podcast skits, those things was getting on my nerves, so I had to go someplace else and find somebody else that I was gonna watch and pay attention to. Um, Angela says Mike is making me mad. He act like he has no sense when it comes to Dom and her mom. No, he doesn't have any sense when it comes to them. They scamming him. They are scamming Mike. And the mom, she got Mr. Mitchell wrapped around her finger too. Now that's one that they have changed his character. I'm like, come on, why y'all gonna make Mr. Mitchell a simp? Is they sure they have? So now Dom's mom is just running rampant around him. And then she teaching Dom how to run rampant around Mike. Although Dom already knew how to do that, she's teaching her different ways to do it, trying to get his money. And Juanita says, Wayne is not funny at all. Very rarely is he funny. And Internet says they need to dress Blake properly. Hopefully, because she is young and she's going through some stuff. So hopefully they will straighten her up. They keep the grandparents with her and keep her in the face of her grandparents. She might start dressing different. She's not gonna clean up all the way, but she may start dressing different because remember, she's also into music. So she's not gonna be dressed like, just regular. She's gonna have her little short stuff on, but maybe they could make it fit better and not as short, and she'll be all right. And Betty says, where is little Kai and big Kai still in the You think they left both of them over there, but nah, I think ain't no telling where Look High is. One second, let me get my water. Yeah, we haven't seen Little Kai since they left Louisville. We might not see Little Kai until his birthday because Little Kai is he getting beside himself. Little Kai be talking. He be over there talking, so I don't know if he we might not see him for a while because they can't just control him with silence anymore. So Carl, you said you sick of Dom and her mother. I think they make it in those skits interesting because I don't know that Mike and Jacoby and that business deal that they got going. That part to me is boring. I prefer the parts with Dom and her mama trying to scheme as opposed to that business thing they got going on. And then they brought Nina, and Nina will be scheming with them also. And you know she's not going to do what they want her to do. She's not going to do it how they want it. And Nature says the church woman is serious about her spirituality. Although she likes Mike, she knows that Mike will distract her from her focus and nursing, etc. Strong male figures will be there and protect. Yeah, her daddy, her father, her father, and Bishop Chris. Oh yeah, they're gonna protect her. Bishop didn't protect Nadia. He should have protected Nadia from Jay. He tried, but Nadia would not listen. Abby says, Angela, yet they be acting like she bring more to the table than Lauren. I like that Lauren fights back even with everyone against her as long as Shayla gets a move to move freely, so can she, as trifling as she is. Yeah, Lauren, she gotta fight back, but she's not alone. Delicia Delicia is the ultimate. Delisa is trying to befriend everybody to just keep them unbalanced. But Lauren, her and Lauren are tight, and they will always remain tight. And she's always going to have Lauren's back, no matter what. She might not show it outwardly, but her and Lauren got each other back. Believe me, they got each other's back. I believe they both gonna try to get Lauren gonna try to get enough money out of Wayne so she can share with Delicia. I don't know, but they are together. Those two snakes are together. Alexa says Wayne was being petty yesterday. Wayne was petty every day. He liked it till he didn't like it no more. That was the thing. He liked it, what was going on until Delicia came over there. And they just said Mike needs therapy. He needs not to feel the need to sleep with every woman. Is this his way of expressing himself to a woman, or just using them for intimacy? Probably just using them for intimacy. Mike, yeah, he gets them in there. That's all I can say. Hey, thanks, Magnolia. 10 jewels. Carla says Wayne, the character, is not funny nor in real life. If he didn't have money, no one would be interested in the character nor the person. I guess. I mean, I've never seen his stand up or anything. 18 likes, 15 watching. Okay, good. We're even. Nature says Dan will pull up on the podcast. He's staying hidden in the bushes. I think he is. I think he's out there watching what's going on instead of just jumping out all of a sudden. I think he's when he comes out, when he makes himself known that he's in Atlanta, they will be so he's going to surprise them. He's going to really surprise Lauren, because her little round here, like, she old, Wayne is my man, Wayne is my man. That's going to be some stuff. Y'all think Wayne going to protect her? Y'all think Wayne is going to be her protector? Is he going to protect Lauren? If Dan pops out, is Wayne gonna be like, yeah, man, this step back, step back? I don't think so. Because Dan is a big boy too. He don't mess with them big boys with big shoulders, and that's who Dan is. Dan look like a football player. Angela says, did the guy see Angelina? Oh, did you guys see Angelina and Pam? Angelina Drake, Pam. So don't let me call the New Orleans police and Angelina let away. Go fast. Yeah, she did. Hey, that wasn't, see, Angelina just she gonna have to take that loss, that L, because Brody was the one that go back and go get Brody and tell him to give you your 50,000 back. Because like Pam said, you told me I was pregnant. I ain't tell you I was pregnant. She ain't even tell Brody that she was pregnant. He assumed that she was pregnant because she went to the doctor. He didn't find out the results. That's his fault. So Angelina, get your money from your man. Said Magno, you said Genesis is funny and she can, I guess she can act, but I just and said, and she is funny and she plays crazy like nobody's business. I haven't really watch Genesis. I guess maybe I can, but I find myself watching that they're going Libby and Terry. Terry just likes women who are crazy. That's all that is. Angela says, I was never a fan of Wayne and Tamara, so I don't see the need for a skit with him and Tamara. They're boring together. I don't know why Wayne gave us that skit, but he gave it to us for a reason. We'll find it out at the end, but he gave it to us for a reason. Because there's like, why are you telling Tamara that you love her? And Abby says, Angela, thanks for the update. I can't stand Angelina getting away with everything and her weak plans, even Brody's storyline. I knew it was just a filler skit. Not every character deserves a backstory. Yeah, because Brody hasn't been back on there. So I don't know if they're going to boost up Pam and Zachary. I mean, it's a different kind of friendship for those two. Magnolia said, I agree, Angela. I don't see it for Wayne and Tamara either. Nobody ever really did see it for Wayne and Tamara. I don't see it for Wayne and Lauren. I just don't. And Nature says Angelina drag went Pam to the wall. That was a threat, and not sure Angelina will get the money back. She used it to pay off her student loans in her house. I don't blame her. She told them, what she said, go call, what's the lady name? Fannie Mae? That's not Fannie Mae. But whatever the student loan people is, that's what she said, go call them. That's who got your money. But that was Angelina's fault. Brody made her pay that money. Pam said, I didn't tell you I was pregnant. You told me I was pregnant. And Nature says, I saw how Iman was undressing Shayla with his eyes. Yes, he was. He was. He was leaning over so Lauren couldn't see what he was doing. Shayla let Lauren know how Iman was looking at her, and Wayne saw the whole thing. Yeah, I'm telling you why Iman was falling right back under her spell. Whatever it is with the yes ma'am, he was falling for it. And Delicia came up there like she a bully. Like, girl, that man still might not come to your house. He still may have gone to Shayla's. Like, you need to just either uh, get exposed or leave the man alone. Magnolia says if Wayne and Tamara get back together, that's going to let Lauren off the hook with Dan. Well, we don't need Tamara and Wayne back together, and we sure enough don't need to let Lauren off the hook with Dan because she took that man money. I want him to recoup his money or something, or get it by scam. I don't want the man in jail too tough, but I mean he might have to go. I don't want her off the hook. I want her Dan to scare the living daylights out of her. Abby says, Angela, they could have given us Dave and Amber this weekend after all the hell Wayne put us through during the week. He thinks we want to see him gaslight pity pot on this fine Saturday. Yep, that's what he thinks we're supposed to see is him and pity pot. I ain't gonna call the girl pity pot because I never really called the honey pot. I'll call her Tamara. Hey Lioness, how you doing? Magnolia said Terry crazy. Yeah, Terry is crazy. And he loves some crazy women. He over there trying to get Natasha now. They all want Natasha, boy. I was like, Natasha, she getting them all. And then they got Terry going for Natasha and Libby going for Kendrick. What kind of mess is that? I don't know who's writing those stories, but they need to come up off of that right there. Sit Libby down somewhere. And then they got Dawn coming back, and she crazy. So Kendrick like a little bit of crazy also, it seems like. Angela says nature serves her right. No one tell her to get in Brody and Pam's business. But I think Brody told Pam, think about Angelina, and Pam had something on Angelina. Yeah, she did. That's why she Pam said something about the pillow talk. She was like, I know all your business. She's like, it was a lot of pillow talking. So that's how she knows stuff on Angelina. And Abby says Miss B is too so bad. I actually watched a few skits with Jay Diva and Ralphie and can't even be happy because they always throw a wrench in every three skits. Mike is another one we need to question his writing. It's rough. Like, are they running out of ways to do these stories? Because yeah, I don't watch J Diva and Ralphie because when I seen those titles this week and I'm like, they talking about her mother got lost. And I'm like, how your mama got lost and she passed away? And they talking about the urn. I was like, okay, so and they all it's like they're repeating what they did, what she did with that other man to go find her mother in the hood. Now she got to go back a living mother, and now she going back to find a urn. Come on, what sense does that make? I don't even understand it. That's why I don't watch it. I was trying to see what it was about, and I was like, nah. Angela says simply, I guess maybe Wayne thinks people will fall in love with him and to marry relationship again. I don't know why they won't give us with Amber and Dave. Well, nobody was ever in love with Tamara and Wayne. People didn't like it. People didn't feel like they had enough chemistry. So Wayne, no. You and Tamara, you and what's her name over there, Lauren? Nobody, I don't think. And why they had Lauren looking stupid yesterday? I don't even know what he had Lauren out there doing to my. I was like, what is Lauren out there doing? She outside in front of them, just looking real stupid. And it cracks me up because Iman can't stand Lauren. And he's looking at Wayne like, what you doing, man? What you doing? I was like, it was just like, I don't know. I don't nobody like none of those women that you've had lately, Wayne. We don't like them. Get you a woman that's not even on the skits, and we'll be happy. And that way, when you go see her, we don't have to see you. And nature says Angela Brody did warn her. Angelina was about to crash out about Pam being pregnant. She was trying to do damage control. Angelina and Pam don't like each other, fighting over Brody, and he don't care. No, because he down supposedly down there in Charlotte with the other woman, child. The one that Angelina knows, but she don't know that her and Brody been kicking it all this time. And Angela says, Brooke throw the keys on the ground. Oh no, she didn't. See, Brooke, she threw the keys on the ground. Yeah, because the other skit wasn't ready yet. I don't see, Larry. Y'all got to hurry up and get her up out there. You got to hurry up and get her up out that house, and then Bethany will be following. She don't throw the keys on the ground because she's ungrateful. So you need to have her down up there in Chicago with Duchess and Destiny working in daggone Harold's chicken up there frying some daggone chicken. That's where she need to be. Cause she thinking she got it like that. They raised her in that they raised her like a Caucasian young lady, like she's a Caucasian. That's basically how she got raised. And girl, you're not Caucasian in no sense of the word. She feels she now people was talking about entitled and they talk about Amber being entitled. Brooke is entitled. She operates in under entitlement all the way through. She thinks, oh, this is my car, I can do what I want to do, because they kept feeding her with the you 18, you grown. No, you're not grown, you 18, but you still live at your parents' house. You're not responsible. You can't do anything on your own. You ain't paying no bills, you're not paying for your car, you ain't paying for nothing. No, she Brooke was out riding around trying to find Isaiah. She should have went on over to the twins so she could meet old girl Mariah, so she could meet Mariah and let Mariah talk to her and tell her how her and Isaiah did the same thing that Brooke did. Brooke need to quit. Abby says, Angela, I don't think many people like him in Pity Pot, but we thought she was a good girl and he might at least slightly love and respect her. They have more chemistry apart than together. True. That's true. We did think that she was, that he might, but Wayne's nature, that's not his nature. Angela said true nature. Nature says Angela, Pam will lose him like she got him. Angelina will learn not to interfere, but let what life has to teach Brody beyond life's teaching. The drama was given up. Angelina can't stay out of other people's business. And she still, I don't know why she still want, well, I guess she still want Brody because of the money, but uh, Brody is somebody who, I can't get to that one. Angela says, but nature, Pam already lost Brody. He's with the other woman. Yeah, he is. She already lost him. She knows he moved on. See, Pam was doing that little pity party thing like they got Brooke doing. She was being a grown up Brooke, but it looks like she, like most women, you give yourself a pity party for one day and then you done. You back to being who you supposed to be. She need to talk to Brooke. Nature says if Iman comes to the podcast, all the business is coming out, especially how long Delisha didn't and him have been dealing with each other. Lauren is going to be all up in it because she's already want to tell it. Yeah, she's ready to tell it. Now, what'll happen is even if nobody on there tells it, if they have like a call-in segment or something like that, somebody will call in and say, "Well, I seen them at the NBA game." Abby says, "Nature, I fell off because Pam was getting her life together, and then all of a sudden, she slept with the client. Now she's desperate for him. Like the writing has no consistency, especially for the age of these people." Yeah, think they must have gotten her past being crazy for Brody. So, because the other day she was when her and Zachary were at the mall. She seemed to be in good spirits that day. And I know it says BBL Nina is back. Glad I don't watch for real. Yep, she over there in Mike's storyline. It's amazing because Mike, yeah, him and J Mo, yeah. Nature says, Angela, I think it's hard for wives to end their relationships to their husband. Angelina was a high school sweetheart with Brody. He comes and goes with her. She's learned to accept his ways. Yeah, she learned to accept them, but what was that teaching her daughters? Because Angelina, what was she except teaching them? Is basically what she taught Shayla, how to just be a doormat for a man. And then Zachary learned the lesson the other way. But yeah, there's no reason why she should have kept going back and forth. But Angelina is about the money. It's all about the money. Where, because she done stole some money to make sure that their businesses came up and and they started making money in their businesses. She stole that money, and I guess because she did that and she has a investment in that in the company, that's what she's not trying to give up. Because other than that, she give that man up. He ain't no good. And Carla says Wayne and Tamara are real snooze fest. I guess they're trying to replace Dave and Amber. It's not working. Who? Nah, they ain't trying to replace no Dave and Amber. No, 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 no. That would never replace Dave and Amber. And not Tamara and Wayne anyway. Who wants to? Don't nobody even want to see Wayne trying to act to be like he's serious. She's like, yeah, no, he said at all. Like, no, we don't. I don't even like to see Wayne try to be serious because it don't work. He just needs to keep trying to be funny. Abby says triplet. When I saw Nina at Dom's office, I knew I ain't even gonna watch the Mrs. Rating on the wall. Imagine Nina in the mess that Mike and Dom and her mama. Oh yeah, that's why I want to see it because they done threw the Nina up in there, and Nina is gonna cross them. She definitely gonna cross them because that's who she is. Nature says, Angela, when Angelina finds out about Jose, she will be doing the same to her as she did with Pam. I don't think Bro loves any of these women. I wonder what caused him to be unfaithful. Mm, probably because that's who he is. That's who he is. And he got away with it. And as he kept getting, because he was with Jose, from what I understood, with one of their conversations before he was with Angelina. So he's been like that for a long time. Nature says they're leaving the doors to seem like there's a crack between Piari and Ron. I don't think it's over yet. Piari got to learn to know her self worth and to have a healthy relationship. Yeah, they can't. If they're gonna have her to start, to really start recovery for her issue, then she doesn't need to be in a relationship right away, and she definitely don't need to be with Ron right away. They leaving the door open, but Ron don't need to get in it. She trying to keep it open too. Magnolia said, "Who's writing this crap for Natasha and Kendrick? I don't know who they are anymore. I'm telling you, I don't know who's writing their stuff. It was cool when they were going back and forth just with Libby and Terry, but now this thing has taken a turn for the worse. It has taken a turn for the worse. I'm like, no, they could have even stayed on Dawn and what's his name, Malachi and them. I can't do it. Not the Terry and Libby's. Oh Lord, it's like how they got both of them crazy. And Abby says Mike has never had sense. Doesn't matter who he's with. I will say, if I was Dom, I'd scam him too. How many business opportunities has Dom helped Mike with or put him on? He's just bad at business, Buddy Jr. Buddy's not even that bad because Mike's business, yeah, well, Buddy's not that bad, not at all. So now y'all see, just talking about Buddy. Now I'm gonna flip it. What's up with Michelle and her husband? Are y'all the lake house lady and her husband? What's with them? Because they're talking, they got him in a studio, music studio, which I don't think means anything. But they said they got something on Dan, not Dan, Ben. I wonder what they got on Ben. And I wonder if Ben done stole some money from somebody. Mm. We might find out where Anthony's money's going. Nature says, Magnolia, I'm not happy with the writing for the Tasha and Kendrick. No, they were doing better when they had Roe in the mix. They are supposed to be together. Yeah, even if they're not together, the writing is horrible with them, with Libby and Terry. Because it's like, why? I understand being the divorce attorneys, but to have Libby hitting on Kendrick and Terry hitting on Natasha, and no, we can't be doing that. We can't do that at all. Now we can tell that Natasha and Kendrick do still have some sexual tension, and they still kind of do want each other, but not the stuff that they're throwing in there. Just fire those, get rid of those two, and Terry and Libby, and y'all go practice law someplace else. So we got 24 likes and 15 watching. Okay, okay, y'all, we up there. And Abby says, Triplet, I saw a skit titled that shook me. Now Kendrick is messing with Libby. Yeah, I know. And I saw Terry looking a little too close to Natasha. What are they doing with these grown professional folks? That's what I'm talking about, Abby. They got Missy Libby hitting on Kendrick, and Terry hitting on Natasha. It's just done flipped all the way crazy. Like, we don't need that. We don't need those two to be out there doing the two most button up characters you had in the skits. Now they over there. Now they over there acting they over there with these clients that are trying to get them to lose both of them to lose their legal license, losing their card over those two people who both of them need to be in the insane asylum. Nature says, I think Natasha and Kendrick could carry their own storyline. They could. They need a story which involves other lawyers and create a storyline around love and lives, loss, some mystery. Isn't that a good idea, Nature? Yes. Because they can carry their own storyline, most definitely. Because they're both very good actors. So we would have no problem with whatever kind of they created a law office, and then we started seeing some of their clients and what they're doing with some of their clients, but not none of this crazy. I think they're almost scared to try to do something that would interest people. Ain't nobody care about no daggone Libby. Y'all and recycle Libby so much to the point where I'm tired of Libby now. Libby need to go home for a little while. Hey Michelle, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And Nature says, yes, Kai is talking and may repeat what he sees or he is probably in daycare. Yeah, Kai talking a bit too much for them right now. So Kai said he gonna say everything. And Magnolia says they have Natasha and Kendrick and Amber all acting out of character, Nature and Triple. Yeah, they do have them all just acting all out of their character. Thanks for the jewels there, Magnolia. I appreciate it. And Nature says, Magnolia, they are of the strongest characters in the skits. Who has the pen? I don't know who has the pen with those, but they need to put that pen down and go and give somebody else that pen. Because I know at one time I think Ro was producing her and Natasha. I don't know if they've left Natasha to do hers, but if they have Natasha, we got to change. We have to change some stuff. They need to have a forum and let the audience talk to them and tell them what's working and what's not working, because they keep some of this stuff like we like the characters, but they messed the character up. Magnolia says nature feels like these characters are being sabotaged by the wizard. You think the wizard is out there? But the wizard is sabotaging his own characters also. Wizard is sabotaging his character. And nature says Magnolia Amber needs to write her story with David and skits with Ernestine. I thought Amber was doing her skits, but maybe she's not. Abby gave me 10 jewels. And oh, Abby, another 2 jewels. Thank you, thank you. Magnolia says, I wish she'd pick the pen back up or have Ron write for Amber and Dave. Yeah, somebody needs to. Because at least Ron don't let what don't, his skits are pretty good so far though. He does a good job with his. And nature says Magnolia, it seems to be this way, but I hope they can discuss the direction of their character with the wizard person. Turquoise wizard in hand. What color he got on today? That Wayne hasn't had chemistry with the lady since Erica, Amber, and maybe Imani a bit. True that, Magnolia. He has not had any type of chemistry with a lot of these people. And I was thinking Erica was probably the last one that he really had chemistry with. And nature says I think Brody could be busy with his acting outside the skits. They were trying to create a storyline of his family in the Carolina, and Jose would go and be there with him. Yeah, it seems like that, but maybe he did get some acting gigs and that put his stuff on hold. Because that's what I just can't like. If we're gonna have these people in these skits, make them consistent. Because like Melissa and her mother and them, they they're gone again already. Nobody's gonna go back and start following that stuff. And Abby saying triplet, and that's the problem. They'll Their chemistry between him and Amber make them think Amber is always willing to go back to Wayne. During the engagement, she was infatuated with him, but knew better. Yeah, and the fact that he wasn't willing to basically, as Anthony said, he didn't want her. He wasn't really willing to commit. So, and she wanted someone who was going to commit to her. And Abby says, Nature True. I saw Brody on Tyler Perry's show, Zatima. He was the judge on a child custody case. Hope he gets more jobs, all of them, because Wayne is doing them something strange for some change. So Wayne got them all doing something strange for some change. Yeah. Yeah, they all said that, they've all been in a lot of different movies and things of that nature. I think it's a lot. They're probably, I don't watch Tubi in some of those movie channels, but I'm sure there are a lot of them that are on those channels because they do a lot of the independent films. There's not a lot of work for African American actors. So they do have to go out and do all those independent and or produce and star in all their own things. So Wayne is giving them the opportunity to hone their craft while they're waiting for other things. Nature says Shayla should be setting up Iman. Remember, she said you're never going to treat another woman like this after me. I don't know if Shayla is aware about Delicia and Iman, but sometimes she almost kind of acts like she knows, and she kind of rubs it in Delicia's face. I don't know. I don't know that she knows, but I don't think she knows about that 3 month old baby, 4 month old baby. I don't think she knows about that baby. I think Shayla would have a problem about that baby because she did think she was the only one. Magnolia says triplet, the Amber and Wayne chemistry doesn't hit the way it used to because the Amber and Dave chemistry surpasses it. It does. And Nature says Abby Brody is very attractive and busy actor who does the series and also movies. When he disappears, he's doing other projects. Tyler Perry shows sound like it would be good. Glad it opens doors. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of they're out there though. I seen Elena on her Facebook or some page the other day. She working on something. And Nature says, do we think Sincerely will show up again? She might, because they just like left her drug out the door. She might get Angelina. And Abby says, Miss B, I was judging myself for even watching J Diva and Ralphie Ness. They out here fighting for ashes. I know. She didn't even go to the funeral. So let's just move on like it's a Skitlana is in a loop. Yeah. That's what I was like. That storyline right there that they doing right now for them, like she fighting, they going to get to the hood about some ashes. But I guess somebody's watching it. I don't. And Nature says, I remember when Ron witnessed, Delisa and Lauren trying to run Iman's pockets. Ron has not been seen around Iman since. I like seeing Ron and Iman together. I do too. I guess they haven't really caught up with each other. But Ron could tell, well, yeah, he knows Lauren and Delicia also. Mhm. But do y'all believe that Lauren is really drinking Wayne's Kool-Aid, or is that just part of her scheme? Is that part of how she's trying to draw him in and make him believe like she's drinking the Kool-Aid, but she really don't believe in him either? I wonder about that. Abby says triplet, and Wayne realized that Wayne and Amber's chemistry was great, especially after they started dating, and then they maintained it in the skits, but that Dave and Amber fire hits different, and we all felt it. Yeah, after the fact that Amber had went through so much with that fool that she lives at the house with, that well lives at their house. That was crazy because in that conversation with Dalen and Anthony said, I went to Amber's house. And then he said, I don't know why. He corrected himself. He's like, I don't know why I keep saying that that's our house. Like, yeah, it's Amber's house. Anthony, it's Amber's house. Magnolia said, what's the deal with Ernestine doing all the talking with Candace and Thirsty Rhonda? Telling podcast business is one thing, but Amber, yeah, and Amanda's relationship, I don't like that. Ernestine tell everybody everything. I don't even know why she, even podcast business, but Ernestine liked to talk, and then Candace likes to talk, and they all. That's why Ernestine needs an NDA for Amber. Don't tell none of Amber's business. That's who needs the NDA. And nature says, yeah, send Brooke to experience life with destiny or send her to college. Pack her up and drop her off at the dorms. I'm hoping that that's what they're going to do. They're going to get her out of there this weekend and take her little tail on up there and it's like, we'll see you in December. I'd leave her up there with no car. And we'll bring the car back when we think you need a car. You throw the keys on the ground. Whew. And Magnolia said, did they really date at Triplet? I've never believed that about Amber and Wayne. He seems like not her type, but they did though. Mm. They didn't date, but they were sleeping together. How the situationship? That's what it was. Because him and Iman just got up and left and said they were going to get something to eat. And Lauren, Delicia, and Shayla are sitting there. They didn't think about going to get them nothing to eat. And I'm like, these folks. Abby says, Triplet, that Ernestine conversation pissed me off as if Amber is hurting for money, that if she left the podcast, she wouldn't be able to pay the rent. Anything to minimize and play in Amber's face. Magnolia says Amber and Dave couldn't hide the real life vibes at all. Y'all happy? Remember the skit where he discovered she wore color contacts and he slipped and called her baby. Yeah, you couldn't. Their chemistry is something else, though. They very good chemistry. Abby says Triplet. I remember being so shocked. Yeah, even though they had so much couple like videos outside of the skits. Wayne was smitten, and so was Amber. I was cringing because, like you said, he's so tiny and silly. Yep, he's tiny. That's why him and Lauren just don't go together. It just doesn't look right. Lauren is so much bigger than Wayne. Magnolia says, yes, Triplet. Amber just bought a brand new car, 117,000. How can't she pay for 1,500 for a month for rent? Yeah. In nature, Abby Pam got caught by Brody, that client leaving her home. It gives a backstory to Pam's character. She has a tendency to get too close and blur boundaries with professional, personal, and personal relationships. She claims she ain't did nothing with that man, so I don't know. And Magnolia says cringe ain't the word for it, Triplet. They say opposites attract. Triplet there. That was Wayne's gaslighting the audience into thinking that the woman shouldn't walk away and accept the crooked uh, Suge Knight deal. I get Candace saying it, but Ernestine co-signing it was silly. Yeah. Nature says Angelina became more distracted with her daughters to cope with Brody's ways. I think she should have nipped it in the bud with Brody earlier. I agree, Miss B, that she stayed for the money. Yeah. So she basically, after she got her own business up and running and it was successful, that was probably her time to get out. Because usually that's what, a woman does. If you're tired of a man and, him doing what he does, you get yourself, set yourself up. It's like, we try not to leave empty handed. Set yourself up, and she got her business going, and she got a pretty, that pets to go or whatever is a pretty good business, that if she could sustain herself off of that, then leave Brody alone, because those girls were grown. You didn't have to worry about what they were going to think. And besides that, when kids get a certain age, they understand what the parents are doing, and they didn't deserve to be around Brody after that. Oh. Michelle said the skit was great when Wayne was doing his comedy tours. We said that, and we started the chat with that, Michelle. We was like, when is Wayne going back on tour? When? We ready for him to leave the house. Please get out for a little while. Let us breathe. And hey, Joycelyn, thanks for stopping by. Um, And she says, when Anthony surprises Shayla in LA with some red roses on the floor and on the bed, and Shayla didn't put some red roses on the floor and on the bed too, and Shayla gave Anthony suits. I guess that's yes, ma'am. I don't know. I remember that, but yeah, we ain't even talking Anthony, because I think people over here don't like Anthony too tough. And they've kept Anthony out of our sight all basically all week, except him sitting back and being mad about what's the name? What they call a barracuda fixing Wayne some vegan food. Antoinette said just Googled it. It says it's the writer. Who's the writer? Oh, Magnolia said Michelle's husband is funny. Yeah. I don't know what I don't know what they got in store for Ben, but I'll try and follow it and see. Magnolia, Libby, they gave Libby a pin. Oh Lord, that's why this stuff crazy. They gave Libby no pin. Now she an excellent actress, but she did not need a pin. Antoinette says it says on Google that the storyline for Natasha and Kendrick I see by the core members of Chase. Hmm. I don't know who's. Nature says, Abby, I think when Mike was with Ro, he was a lot different and also seemed to be lovey dovey with Shayla. Those are the only two women which Mike showed a glimpse of being serious, and some with Sonny. He was actually really, really in love with Dominique at first until Dominique cheated on him. He was going. He was really with he. He was getting ready to propose to Dominique until she cheated on him with Estevan when she went back to the DR with him. He was that was the girl for him at that particular point. Now Shayla and Sonny came later, but after all, Dominique was the one, but she cheated. And Abby says triplet. Now that's something I watch them when I have time. Michelle's husband and his voice. I hope he really gives Ben the business. I hope his client list is in there. There, the comedy we've been missing. Yeah. Oh, okay, Anthony said Chase groups right for Nakasha and Kendrick. Chase, y'all could do better than that. Y'all can do better than that. Abby says, triplet now. That's something I watched them when I read that one already. Joycelyn says Mr. Brody and Anthony and Iman are just the like cheating, lying, and naively trashing things in these skits. I would think that Anthony and Shayla will cross the line in front of Trick Denise's face. I don't know if they're gonna do it in front of her face, but they might. But you see, Wayne, although he just had this skit with Tamara saying, that he loved her, da 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 da, right? So he's throwing y'all off like he gonna spin the block with Tamara, but he getting ready to go for Denisha. You seen the other day he told her he wanted her to cook him some more vegan food. Now, where she gonna cook your vegan macaroni and cheese at? You gonna have it at your house cooking vegan macaroni and cheese? Because Anthony not gonna have that. Nature says, wouldn't it be a plot twist if some of Aunt's money went to invest in Abigail's hair business and on the home that she's selling? Yeah, it could be. I think they got some that's where they're gonna find some funny business that Ben is doing. And Magnolia says Charles is writing. Is he writing too? Lord help us with that crazy woman he got. Him, he is another one with the crazy. Whoever's writing all the crazies, y'all need to get together. We don't need but one crazy at a time. And Shayla really fills the quota for crazy in these skits. And Alexis says Lauren is jealous of Tamara. Oh, she's always been jealous of her. Magnolia said Michelle's husband reminds me of Bun B. He's so cool. Points just he has cool points just for that. He doesn't play about his wife. No, he doesn't at all. He's like, I got you. And it seems like he's been in prison before, so ain't no telling what that man did. Ain't no telling. I'm glad they gave her a big old husband. Nature says we don't need Natasha and Kendricks to lose their self worth, dignity, and their minds to be messing with Terry and Libby. I know they are at risk to lose their license for real with the board. I'm like, why would y'all write that mess in there? Let them two people be. Write them back together again, but they don't need to be together because Kendrick done been with Don, and it's too much. Her nature said Libby will blackmail the mess out of someone so Kendrick and Natasha aren't safe. No, Libby need to be in the insane asylum. Abby says, yes, triplet. I totally see Bun B, that voice and his demeanor is 100. We need more of him and Michelle. I like her away from Danielle. That wasn't even a real friendship, just using her as employee to snoop. Yeah. Danielle does that a lot, and then they all try to be the moral police. I'm tired of y'all being the moral police. We don't need moral police in these skits. They just said Libby needs to go back to chasing after Wayne so we can laugh and bring back Arby and Jasmine. Mm-mm. Sim Abby says, Nature, I hated how they ruined Natasha and Kendrick. They were good after Charles' part was done and they should have dated. But sleeping with Don York. Now she's messing with Jacoby. That's so yeah, Natasha, you wasn't supposed to get hooked on that little man. You was supposed to try it out once and leave him alone. Because Jacoby is a thief also. He's definitely a thief. And nature says, Abby, they tend to weaken any character in Skitland that we deem strong and very important. I hope the actors and actresses fight for their characters also and how they're written. Let me see. One second. I think somebody. Who's that? Oh, all right. I gotta go. One second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, it's my grandson. He came to the door. Okay. All right. I'm back. And Magnolia says Ron has that rom com on lock, and he could write Amber in therapy. He writes ordinary couple things. He does. So just like him and Sade are going through therapy, and he's all about that kind of therapy and all that stuff. So that's a good thing. Ron does have it on lock. They maybe should give him some more couples to write for, and maybe we'll have a couple of healthy relationships. And nature says, Abby, they don't want to lose the audience attention. Kendrick getting involved with Don was not the way. Don is always jealous of Natasha, has in her life, so she can go with BK and Zoe. No, yeah, I don't know where Dawn has been. She need to go back and find her, whatever that man name is, Malachi Stacks. Go find Stacks. 'Cause that was a whole big thing, and now Stacks gone. Dawn, go get Stacks. Nature says it's probably how well the story is doing to decide whether to keep the storyline. Melissa could have crossed over to Jay Deaver, where is J Mo? I'm surprised Ernestine is not seeing what he's up to because she hasn't crossed over. They haven't crossed them over. But J Mo don't want Ernestine. He wrote her off when he found out about her and Trey. And now it seems as though Trey is gone. They wrote Trey out. Trey and Miss Johnson gone. We don't need Miss Johnson if Ernestine isn't at doesn't work at the school anymore. Hey Tina, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Abby says, what time is it? Okay. Nature, I roll my eyes when Ernestine says she missed Trey. Can we not go back? Ernestine needs a bigger role in Amber's circle anyway. And away from J-Mo, Mike, and them. They need to utilize Ernestine more than cheating. That is true, Abby, because of course Ernestine is a great actress and she doesn't need more to do than that. Or being over there fighting with Nadia. Because we could do without Nadia if we could do without ever seeing Nadia again in any skit. Now, if they have Ernestine go cheat and get back with Jay, go get back with Jay and take Nadia off the scene, yeah, I'd love to see Ernestine with her little family again, but not with that girl. Tyrone has stopped by. Hello, thanks for stopping. Thanks for stopping by. Nature says Shayla has been processing more than she knows in her face and for in her in the faces of others. She believes that she can always pull back Iman because he break up to make up with her. Okay, Shayla has awareness and keeps the cards tucked. She does kind of feel like she can pull him back, and she was. It's just that what's the name came in. Everybody's Tyrone is speaking, and Tyrone is speaking back, and she's saying that Lauren is scheming. I believe so too. I think that I don't think she's drinking the Kool Aid from Wayne. Is she over there acting a fool? I'm like, Lauren, I'm like, what are you doing, child? What you doing? And Wayne's laughing at you, and Iman's looking at like this daggone girl right here. Oh, Tina, you think her scheme blackfired and she's fell for one? I don't know because I guess we never really seen Lauren in action for real. So, because this is a long game, this is not one of those I'm gonna hit you for 40 G's and be on my way. This one right here, she has to take her time because Wayne's not gonna fall for it right away. So I don't know, but I can't really tell. I think it's a part of the scheme, but it might not be. She told Delisi it's a part of the scheme. Nature says, Abby, I agree with you. They do need to give Ernestine a stronger storyline and actually fall in love and then thrive very well. The cheating is getting old for her. The character looks like it's overgrown. Hmm. But the other thing is, Ernestine also has a big role in the soap opera. So she may not, her having a small role on the skits right now may be all that she can do for, with her time. She's always been in the skits, but she may not be able to juggle both of them pretty good. Nature says Lauren is playing a role, but drinking the Kool Aid too. She's closely watching Tamara because she knows they still like each other. Lauren wants access to Wayne's monetary. Yeah, she does. She definitely wants access, but she got to get it before he goes to Denisha. Magnolia said Candace needs to worry about Chase because this thing with Liz look like it's going to be a thing versus the little thing with Maggie. Yeah. And why they got Liz playing like like you got a husband over there. What, you gonna be cheating on your husband with Chase? With your friend? This with your friend's husband is crazy once again. Tina said Ernestine do talk a lot, but if you notice she doesn't tell certain things, well, she don't tell her business at all. Magnolia says Amber never told the soul about Ernestine sleeping with J-Mo and Trey at the same time. No, Because there's certain things that you just don't tell. Nature says Magnolia certainly look like this way for Chase and Liz. Chase can't keep his eyes off her, and Candace needs to be watching better than at Maggie. The flirtation of Chase and Maggie. Yeah, Chase and Maggie just got him worked up, but Liz, she gonna be the one. Angela and her friend gonna tell on her though. Angela says that Amber should have left Ernestine with the rent for that office. She went and rented the place behind Amber's back. Let Ernestine go to work and pay for the rent. They need to get some more clothes up in there if they think they're gonna be they gotta pay for it. When will Ernestine found out about Trey dating Mrs. Johnson? Is Ernestine not being the principal at the school any longer? No, she got fired last year at the end of the school year. Earlier in this, when school was over. So I don't know that she will find out because it seems as though we've not seen any skits lately with Trey and Miss Johnson. So we don't know what that's about. Angela says Magnolia and that Ernestine was a stripper. Ernestine's not telling her business, but telling Amber's. Well, Magnolia said Chase is thirsty behind Liz is real. I guess it is real. Angela said, did you see Wayne fake laugh when Tamara and Lauren was standing beside him? Of course. But they got another skit out there somewhere. Oops, 1 second. My thing is not cooperating. I'm sorry, I lost my spot. Oh, okay, that's where I am. I found it, and I didn't even know that. Magnolia says Amber did say Ernestine was paying half the rent. Yes, she should. But Ernestine says, "Oh, I see they got another skit." I was wondering if there was going to be one with him and with with Lauren seeing Wayne with Tamara, and then there's another skit out there with Lauren checking him about Tamara. You, Lauren, you can't be checking Wayne about Tamara. She's off limits. You know how there's just that one person that's off limits. She's off limits. And Nature says, I think Wayne should go back and talk to Imani. Imani is the type that don't take anything off of Wayne, super business minded and attractive. Amber is not available to him anymore. I'm trying to divorce. Hmm. He was playing with Imani too. She just felt she wasn't going to fall for it, but she fell for it. Angela says, Magnolia Amber better make make her pay. Angela says, "Hey Tyrone, I'm a little busy, but I'm listening. But I might not, I might drop a comment when you can." Okay, Angela, be cool. Speaking, Dolly. Hey, Dolly, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in there. Stopping in. Nature says Tamara needs a new man that values Tamara and also have strong chemistry together. I don't like that he expected accountability for Tamara, but he dropped her like a hot potato because Amber was free. It was like I didn't understand that whole conversation, but yeah, it's like why would she be? It's like you the one that dropped her. You told her bye. You had 29 likes and 22 watching. You told her goodbye, but you want her to be accountable because she didn't cook? Really? She ain't have to cook. Angela says they invite Iman to the podcast. Who will invite Anthony? He says Amber better Google him. Nobody don't need to invite Anthony to no damn body. If that's what the podcast gonna be, mm-mm, it's a waste of time. Yeah, I seen that from on the other side when I was watching my other screen saying Chase Groups is they right for Natasha and Kendrick. They need to go back to the drawing board because they're doing a better job for Bethany and Larry than what they're doing for Natasha and Kendrick. Um, Magnolia says she loved Mike and Dom the first time around. Yeah, I did too, but that was his love right there. And she messed him up. And Abby says, speaking of Buddy and him being away has been the highlight of the week. We didn't need him there. Wayne was being evil enough for both of them. Well, you know, Wayne made everybody mad all week long. So we didn't need Anthony. Um, Nature says, I wonder, does Anthony have a pen? I think he does produce some of the skits. Ben needs to reroute and keep on the storyline with Abigail and her threatening to tell Danielle. So they got them doing, I don't even know. Dolly talking about Miss B. Some of us didn't miss Anthony because I don't watch Anthony and Denisha together. And they didn't show him either. So Wayne maybe was listening to y'all on last week because there was no Anthony and Denisha. I don't think the party was the only time they were together, and Anthony stood in the. They said Anthony was up in the in the back corner, hiding from Dave during the potluck. Magnolia said he did. Oh, she said Anthony wrote his skits with him and Ben. Is that why they were that boring? It's been the one that found somebody else to get some skits with. Magnolia says, I don't know if it's still the case though. Dolly said, Miss B, I didn't want to see Anthony at the podcast party. Only watch to support the podcast five, as you call them. Yeah. Like we didn't really need Anthony. We didn't really need him recently. The only value that Anthony is adding right now, to use the word that everybody has that's been thrown around all week, is value added. His value added would be to sign those divorce papers and get a woman 35, 40% and keep it moving. And Nature says, Magnolia, thank you. You are on a mystery to who the writers are with the pens. The stories have stayed tied to what they start and keep them fluent. Of course, if they cross, it has to make sense to that story. Yeah. to who the writers with the pens are. Yeah, because they need be to stay fluid. Dolly says, rarely watch Ben Danielle because Ben complains and Danielle whines. Child, that they do. Magnolia said, Dave is still going to LA. Is Dave still going to LA? I don't know. The wizard gave Evelyn a pen and her skits are trash. It's her talking about Dave and hating on Amber is how she ever thought that was going to fly. Crazy. I don't know. Because she's sitting up there just like longing to be back with Dave. But y'all have been broken. Y'all broke up a long time ago. And I don't know how you think you're going to get him back now when he won't even mess with one of the other ladies that he probably was messing with after you. He's not giving them any play. I don't know, but she thinks she's better than the rest. And Dolly's saying there's 30 likes and 22 watching. Feel free to click that like button. Abby says, anyone remember what Michelle's history was? Remember when she told Amber about Buddy? She said she had a husband that cheated on her and no one told her about this husband. I wonder if it's the same husband. It probably is. It probably is the same man. Abby says Triple Shay was an immediate skip for me. I saw he had her personal page tagged, annoyed me because I see him forcing her on us, especially to cause trouble for Amber and Dave. Well, oh, Shay, yeah. But she can't cause trouble for somebody who don't want her. Because that's one thing they did too is they flipped it. When her and what's the girl name? Chastity, I don't even remember the sister's name. But when they were talking and she was telling her that she don't think that she could get Dave back, that Dave would, come back, go back with her. It's like, why do you think you can get him back? You don't want him. He don't want you and you don't want him. Move on. Dolly says even Evelyn comes to when Evelyn comes to Atlanta, they can put Evelyn on Wayne's roster list to keep Evelyn from interfering with Dave and him. Yeah, she can go on the roster. By the time they get here, he'll be done with Lauren. He'll be done with Denisha, so he'll need somebody else on the roster. Or she'll be on somebody's roster. Okay. Oh, Dolly said Trey is off making a movie now and they're trying to fill a void for Ernestine. Okay. So does Ernestine have a pen? I know she did at one time. Um, she did have a pen at one time. I don't know if she did all the stuff at the school. I know there was one point where they had some college kids or something, and Ernestine was producing that, but I don't know if she had the pen at the school. Magnolia said Wayne tried that mess with Patty Malik, and they came into writing their own stories, and it flopped. Same with Evelyn trying to bring her crowd into the skits was doomed. We don't care about her. It's just the way that they do it. They try to, you don't move into the skits trying to come at one of the main characters. You move into the skits on your own, and then you can come back and come at somebody. But you can't come in there trying to go at Amber. That's not going to work. Hemi girl, hey Hemi girl. I said that's crazy to me about Wayne being a selfish producer. J-Mo had the highest viewed skit in history of Skitland, and they just disappeared. J-Mo did. I don't know how that. I did a review on that particular skit, and that was like my highest view. And I'm like, what J-Mo? Why J-Mo thing is just so high? I had a lot of views on that particular skit. It's probably still my highest thing. I don't know that he. I think JMO because JMO had other stuff going on also. So usually when they leave, a lot of times they're doing other things, and they also. I mean, you use the skits as a way of keeping some money coming in because they're getting, I think they're getting like daily pay or whatever. If you need to keep your money flowing, you stay on those skits as long as you can. But I know JMO, I think he did have some other stuff going and then he came back and who knows what's going on now. They just couldn't get that storyline together. Magnolia said Ernestine did Nature. I believe she still does. They don't include the actors tagged in the hashtag on Facebook anymore. Oh, okay. And Hemi Girl said J-Mo beating up that guy nearly 20 million views in 24 hours, and Wayne didn't even acknowledge it. Viewers don't need a trio with Ernestine, Jay, and Nadia. Just put Ernestine and Jay back together and send Nadia on her way. Dolly, I agree. I definitely they don't need just put them two back together because they were good. They were good together also. Magnolia says Shea Butter has no personality. So she's doomed to fail. They were bringing her in wrong. You know how Bill Cosby, I don't know, some of y'all might not be old enough to remember this Bill Cosby episode where he told his daughter that it's how you present somebody. It was like she presented this man that she was dating, like on the garbage can, the nice, beautiful steak meal, but it was on the top of a garbage can. Yeah, that's how they presented her. They presented her as somebody who was coming after a character that we just started to know and love, and then you're gonna present her to come. No, you can't do that. You can't do that at all. You can present her as his former girlfriend, fine, but not that somebody is going to come in and break up Amber and Dave before they even get a chance. We can't do that. And Magnolia says, where's Trinity? It looked as if he was going to be Ernestine's new love interest. Who knows? Dolly said, Lauren is realizing that Wayne is not as easy as Dan and Mr. Big. No, he's not easy. And he don't give up that money. She's still trying to get that money, that thing. See, that what she didn't realize is that Tamara got what she got because he looked at her different, because she was different. She was not his girlfriend, she was his wife. That's what he looked at her as. And unfortunately, he don't look at you like that. He said you are a situationship. Mm. Abby says Triplet Trinity is supporting cast on Zatima. Hopefully he comes back. He always plays a good, honest man. Him and Ernestine would be a nice new storyline, but his Chase friendship don't want him around, Dave. Okay. Tyrone says that Chase and Liz are, yeah, I don't understand it, but I guess some people still hold, flame in their hearts for somebody from middle school. Delicia and Shayla all over there worrying about what had that Shayla took her boyfriend in middle school. So that's why she's claiming she did that to Shayla. So I don't know. The middle school. Nature says, Magnolia, thank you. I can see Ernestine to do some writing and producing. She could do skits of her processing with the use of her poetry, like they have to do flashbacks of some of her writing is her. Yeah. Magnolia said Amber knows Terry's face, and it will take Amber to see her face to remember her name for Steen to find out about Dre and Miss Johnson. Trey and Miss Johnson. Okay, so this thing right here. Okay, here we go. Nature says, do we think Kelvin could match well with Tamara? No, he won't. We don't. Kelvin, no, we don't even need him back right now. Tally says it would have been nice if Ernestine could have wrote Trinity in the skits and wrote Trey out if it fitted in Trinity's schedule. And maybe it didn't fit. Maybe him just coming in there and testing the waters. It might fit later on. Magnolia says you're welcome, nature. Sarah Fontanelle, White Sarah, Erica, Amber, Steen, Rowe, Natasha, and Libby were all writing for themselves at one point. Some still are. Amber, I've heard, isn't. Amber needs to, because that mess Wayne giving her is just a mess. I don't know why they took Amber's pen. I think did they take Amber's pen because she was too popular? Because I know Erica's still doing her own. Sarah Fontenot's doing her own. That's why don't nobody even watch her and Brock. White Sarah and Steen. I think Libby is helping with Natasha and them, which that's why that's crazy. Nature says Kelvin, I saw could be a good addition and a strong character. I don't think it shows his strength with Noelle due to how the outcome with her and Dalen. He reintroduced he reintroduces as Amber friend who likes to marry. He could, but we won't get over the fact that because Dalen and Amber and them they don't intermarry and they don't cross anyway. So if they did reintroduce him in that capacity, you don't have to go back to his full history right away. Dolly says we still need King and Jarvis to pull up in Atlanta and King and Tamara to meet each other. Yeah, we still need them to pull up. They ain't pulled up yet. Uh, Abby says nature don't even mention Kelvin that ruined that man. He was a great for Amber, and then they put her onto Victor and having Brittany and Kelvin date was a foul. Everything one was doing something strange for some change. Yeah, they did. They messed that one up. Nature says Magnolia. Maybe Amber wasn't supposed to date during that time. That's why they took him away from her. Magnolia said Mike and Ron and even Damon are doing writing too, allegedly. Wayne said in an interview that actors and actresses write and produce. He showed them how to do it. But yeah, Mike, Ron and Damon, they definitely do their own skits. Because I've heard D's interview with D, and he does his own stuff. He goes out and go gets his people and everything, and we can tell Ron is doing his own stuff because his skits aren't like anybody else's. Hey Hope, how you doing? Magnolia says, I've been an advocate for Calvin being Amber's divorce lawyer and bring him back and bring Malachi Jr. back too. There are two men to add to the mix with the single ladies. Yeah, Malachi Jr. was a pretty, and they had him being a pretty even headed, a cool headed guy. He was pretty good. And that's like Amber's brother. So, his half brother, her half brother, or whatever, but they grew up together. Dolly says at one point Wayne was playing with Erica at the same time. Hope says Wayne just stirring up the pot of gumbo. He said he threw it all in there and see what comes out, see how it tastes. And Magnolia said, yes, Wayne, Mike, Ralphie, Damon, and Dalen are writers also. Yeah. Hey, darling, you welcome. You welcome, lady. Um, Hope says she got an APB on Dan. Can we put out a daggone Amber Alert? That might go a little further. It's like, damn, we need Dan. Nature says, Abby, I agree with you 100%. I don't like that they changed the direction for Kelvin to start being interested in Amber. Then he got involved with Brittany, then Noel. No, why did do this to Kelvin? Yeah, they moved Kelvin all around. Oh, Dolly, you've been watching these skits lately. Yeah, I've been watching those also. D in another bind. They trying to get him on Bishop, so they trying to get him. And I think everybody, Diana is aware. Momo is aware the man is a cop that's been trying to pump up for information. So they're gonna slow it down. I don't know what's gonna happen to the cop, but we'll see. Yeah, they've been trying. They almost had him, but everybody wised up. But that's the kind of stuff that we like. Because these stuff be good. Nature says Abby Kelvin was divorced. He knew what he went through and could help Amber. He showed interest in Amber, and Brittany had to ruin it for Amber. I even commented that Kelvin was Aunt 2.0. Abby, I wanted Kelvin's character to better develop. See, he could have been in the Lost skits with Natasha and Kendrick if they do Lost skits with them full of professional lawyers. Yeah, nature, them. Attorney Bianca is good. I like her character, and I even liked Shania's character, even though he's no longer a lawyer. Maybe they get him his law license back, and they all open up a law firm and be partners and be running around professionals doing representing people and stuff. They can really push that part. And Sarah also, what's Sarah, the DC's old Sarah? She's an attorney. It's like they can put them all together and have a law firm. The law firm would be, there would be a lot of drama at the firm, but it's a different kind of skit. Somebody needs to pick it up, y'all. Keep writing it that we need to start a law firm in these skits because these people are always in trouble anyway. Somebody always getting arrested. Abby says nature. Kelvin was a great man, wanting him to revamp the restaurant and have that be their love story. He was an honest stand-up guy. Messing with Noel was out of nowhere. But hey, it was a day one storyline. Yeah. And nature says, Abby, I wonder who stole the pen and wrote Kelvin this way. It was very left field. Amber was having fun with Kelvin and his sister Glow. Nature says, Abby, you're right. It would have been a good love story to revamp the restaurant and loved Amber. Hmm. Nature's so true. Wayne doesn't fully divide people into careers besides his own or fake business buddy because there are so many great lawyers on the skit. Utilize them in black excellence. Please, we grown. Abby, that's what I'm advocating for now. We all gonna start advocating for Wayne to start a black law firm. You have enough attorneys on there that are in the skits that they can do a whole firm. Like Natasha was gonna be over that British law firm. Start a black law firm because there's enough people in the skits that always need help for something. Dolly says I've been watching Ralphie and Jocelyn turn into J Diva again. Yeah, we talked about them. We like that storyline right now, kind of crazy. Um, Magnolia said Charity even said, "No, you're not getting Dave back." I know. Nature, remember when she was singing Aaron Pierre? That's Mufasa. It was so cute. She was getting her glow back, and Kelvin was sweet, understanding, and patient, but he didn't have to be that nasty. Oh, what time is it? Yeah, I got to get off of here. I got about 15 more minutes, and I will to get down. Dolly said, click that like button. And Nature says, Abby, you're right. He needs to utilize their professional and create good storylines around their strength, skills, and morality. People love law mysteries and the life of a lawyer. That would be good. Yeah. I guess y'all people who go to Facebook start putting that on Facebook that we need a black law firm in Skitland. We tired of going out and having to go get these other lawyers that only come on once a month. We need some lawyers. We need our own attorneys, our in-house attorneys. Nature says, Abby, do you mean Amber was seeing Aaron Pierre? I'm not familiar with him. Kelvin would have been a good transition during that time. Amber was waiting to divorce Anthony. Exactly, Nature. How would they have dropped the ball with the coin storyline after they created a great trio of Ro, Natasha, and Kendrick and Who Done It plot? But they threw the juvenile staff in there and ruined it. Yes, they did. Okay, let's see here. Dolly says, I recently saw Wayne in an interview saying Chase is the main producer and writer, and there's 15 producers who write skits and pay their own camera people. Yeah, Chase does a lot now. Let me see. I'm going to skip through some of these, y'all. I'm trying to get them all, but I can't get them all, and I'm going to try to get as close to finish this to doing them all as possible. Let me see. I'll go. If there's two, it's 220. Try to catch up with the time. Okay, let's see here. Nature. I didn't care for watching Kelvin with Noel because I didn't even like Kelvin going back and forth with Keisha and Noel. That was low down. Yeah. Nature says Abby, that could have created a whole lost storyline with Kelvin, Natasha, Kendrick, and Brittany, and also brought in others. He was quick. He was quick though. Kelvin can read a room easily. Isn't Ken a lawyer too? I think so. Magnolia said, "I'd love to see Keisha back." Yeah, Keisha's doing her comedy thing. She's traveling and doing her comedy thing. Dolly says, Miss B, I meant at one point Wayne was playing Erica and Imani at the same time and fooling around with Sarah on the side. Yeah, he was. Wayne always been a mess. Always been a mess. And Nature says, I don't care for it either. It made Kelvin look distasteful when he already had some elegance and business about himself. Wrong move for his character. And Abby says, Nature, Wayne is still gaslighting both of them. He about to have them sharing. He apologized to Lauren and said he's taking accountability. IDK, how these women take him seriously. Oh, so he done told Lauren that he was. Um, I guess I'll watch that when I finish this. Wayne. Nature says, "Oh yeah, I forgot about Shania and Bianca. A law firm would be perfect. Put them all in the skits together for lawyers and have great stories come out of them." Yeah. Abby's saying triplet Keisha. I saw that they're playing and not taking her role seriously. I'd love to have her back, but at least she got work out there. Yeah, she does. Yeah, because they had to stop filming at the restaurant, and that was mainly where they brought when they brought her back after that Dalen fiasco. Then they put her back. They put her in the restaurant. Dolly says Keisha moved to LA in California to pursue comedy, and I saw that she got hired for a comedy act recently. I know she's out there doing her thing. So Dolly, we got 36 watching, and I mean 36 likes and 19 watching. Thank you for the jewels, Juanita. Dolly's thanking for the likes. Kendrick has a law firm. Yeah, he does, but they all need to get together and Kendrick's firms be so in and out. One day he got a firm, and the next day he don't. New skit. Brooks tells Larry if he puts hands on her, it's a police report. See, Brooke needs to be put out. They just gonna have to put her out. Period, and let her learn how to really live that what life is really all about. Thanks for the super chat, Abby. You said thanks for the live. I had fun. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, also, lady. Thank you for stopping by. And Nature says Tyran Kendrick needs to pull some of his people and firm into the skits. It is more down his lane, a powerful black law firm and serving business in the city. I didn't know Kendrick was an actual lawyer. I know he's an actor. Tyrone Magnolia said Brooke is about to be skit also. I know she not doing that to her daddy. This girl lost her mind. So just I said it earlier, they've raised this girl to be one of these daggone Caucasian girls, and she thinks she Caucasian. She thinks she a Karen. You're not a Karen, Brooke, or Karen Jr. No. You don't fit the bill. You don't understand. She does not understand. Tyrone said nature, right, because all of his stuff is now stupid. I skip. Dolly says Amber and Kelvin had chemistry until they switched up with Brittany and Kelvin. And Brittany and Kelvin did not have chemistry. Brittany didn't have chemistry with anybody on there. And that was the problem. She didn't need a love life on there. Because her and Dalen didn't have chemistry either. Nature says Tyrone, Larry, and Bethany just needed to help Brooke pack for college and get her to her courses. She needs a break from her family and to get a new perspective on campus. Child, Larry need to do if she don't want to go to school. Okay, fine. Go down to the courthouse, put in some eviction papers until he's evicting her from the house. Since she don't want to do what they want her to do, you have to leave here. You need to, and Shar can take her in and she can go over there and talk junk to Shar, but leave the car at Bethany house. Nature says Brooke could even create her own skits at home. She is at school. Yeah, she don't need that. She just need to go. Magnolia said, I've skipped their skits. Tyrone Bethany is going to get her come up. Yeah, Bethany. mm Nature says they should have taken her last week. So unrealistic. Yeah, she should have been gone. Thanks. You're welcome, Dolly. Thank y'all for coming in and chatting with me also. Tyrone said, I wonder if Brooke is sabotaging to get ready for college to stay back with Isaiah. Isn't Isaiah not starting college this fall? I wouldn't be surprised if Brooke stays and gets herself a job. No, Brooke ain't going to go get no job because she don't feel like she has to work. Brooke staying because she want to see Isaiah, and Isaiah, she hasn't seen him yet. So she trying to see Isaiah before she go anywhere. So I don't know. Let me see. Say it was nice how Cam stood up for Brooke with Mariah and the twins. So Tyrone Brooks should be happy to get away. It's her first love, and she can't seem to just get away just once. She sees Mariah, it might push her to go to school. She need to focus on her education. Yeah, when she see the girl, that might put her into a deeper depression if she sees that girl. I said that was shameful. The twins and Mariah calling themselves, 304s. I think Natasha and Kendrick are lawyers professionally as well as Brittany. Dolly says, right, Miss B. Brittany and Kelvin had no chemistry. They were awkward. They were. Nature says Brittany was cute with Dalen, and that's about it. I didn't even like Brittany and Dalen together. I felt like they were awkward. Nature says they could have spun off Brittany's storyline to her ex husband and got into her backstory. I know her real life profession and then she moved for a new opportunity. Dolly says Brittany was a real lawyer who moved to Arizona and practiced higher law. Yeah. Hey, Jeff. Said Brooke's gonna have a change of heart when them boys help her move into the dorms. I don't know if she will or not because Brooke crazy. Brooke, she crazy. And Dolly says Brittany and Dalen were awkward too. They were. All right, we made it 2:30. Thank you guys. I truly, truly appreciate all of you stopping in to chat with me. And we had a pretty good live one. I don't know what Wayne is going to give us today. I'm tired of Wayne with these daggone podcasts now. We need more than a podcast, Wayne. We need more than a podcast. All right, guys. Thank you all for coming by. I will see you. We will be here same time tomorrow from 12 to at least 2 to 2:30. 2:30 is usually about pretty good for me. And I'll see you guys out here in these YouTube streets someplace. If I'm sometimes I see y'all on the Country Wayne things, and I'll either like your comments or I will put in a comment. Oh Lord, I'm sitting up here laughing. Y'all just don't know what I'm seeing on my screen on this other side. They got this daggone picture with Trump looking like his mama with that same wig. All right, guys. I said Brooke needs to get her bearings and have someone give her a good talking. Jada, DC, and Erica's daughter went off to college. Yeah, but Jada is in town. She went to Georgia State, so she didn't go anywhere. She's right there in Atlanta. Now, Brooke just need to get off her behind and understand that life, if you're gonna fold off of this little thing, you're not gonna make it through life. Because life is always gonna throw you something unexpected that you have to deal with. That's a part of life. It's a part of growing up, and it's a part of being an adult. And nothing stays the same. If most people folded because something came in their life that they thought they couldn't get by, there wouldn't be very many people in the world. Yep, Dolly told everybody be safe in these Country Wayne skits, y'all. In these Country Wayne streets, y'all be careful now, because y'all know they like to they like to get out here and get y'all upset. Yeah, she does need survive. That's why they need to throw her into school and just throw her in there like they throw you in the water and make you swim. She needs to be thrown in there. Thanks, Nature says, thank you for doing your brunch with us, enjoying your conversation together. Have a great rest of your day, Miss B and Chat family. You too. And there go my girl right there, Miss Stephanie Martin. Hey, Steffi. All right, guys, let me get out of here because I got to go meet somebody about a HOA problem. All right, I will see you guys, like I said, tomorrow, same time, as they used to say back in the day, same bat time, same bat channel. See y'all next time.